Iman Shumpert played 10 seasons in the NBA, former first-round pick by the Knicks, won a title with the Cavaliers, and he's co-host of ESPN's digital pregame show, Hoop Streams, and he's going to win the award of Best Dressed today. So thanks for showing us up there, Iman. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can you explain to our audience the difference or what a calf strain means to an NBA player and how that might affect Halliburton tomorrow night?
When we talk about a calf strain, we talk about a hamstring strain. Those are two things that, if we think back to when Kevin Durant tried to go out there before that calf all the way recovered, right? You're putting yourself in position to, one, hurt yourself for the long term. But when we talk about a game that's valuable and you talk about competing, it's hard to turn your head and say that you'll let a hamstring or a calf let you sit down. I expect him to play, but his effectiveness throughout the game, I don't think that Indiana should weigh in heavy on it the way that they did last game. I think it's something that they should explore TJ McConnell a little bit more, just because, one, he was effective and they took him out, I feel, a little bit too early. But as a player, when you have a calf strain, you have a hamstring strain, you have to kind of tell your guys, I don't all the way have it. I'm going to be out there for war. I'm going to be out there to, for morale, so that we can give the look that we've always given. But at the end of the game, I can't push how I need to push to get you guys there. And I don't think that their teammates should expect anything from that.
Who does SGA remind you of?
SGA is he's one of those guys that he reminds me of, a couple of different guys put together. But if you really break his game down, is Kobe. Picking spots, getting the spots and having a counter, getting to spots and playing with a pivot rather than trying to use his athleticism every time he gets there. Using the angles of the glass, the hang time on the jump shot that changes around the rim. It's pretty dead on with Kobe.
Was there a scouting report with Kobe?
Yeah, the scout report was good luck. But Kobe was always one of those guys that the only scouting report that you had on him was his dead zones. So you have the zones on the floor that I'm not gonna say dead zones, kill zones. He has the places on the floor that he's the most dangerous, because you start thinking about the array of moves, the array of counters that he has. His ability to get you into foul trouble when he gets you into these moments. So you want to stay away from, those kill zones, and you want to stay away from earning 2 fouls early if playing against somebody like Kobe, because it could end up a long night.
Who talked a lot? Like Kobe, was he a chatty guy?
Not at all. Kobe said what he needed to say. I wouldn't know. I never had a playoff war with him. I've never gone back and forth with Kobe for a long time. We had our very small tit for tat back and forths, and then he would sort of make his statement, and the game would kind of go how he said it would go. So I don't know how many people heard me tell that Kobe story, but it usually goes how Kobe says. We did win that game, but I don't think Kobe does.
What was the story?
We headed into the fourth quarter. I'm playing really well. I got steals. I'm doing really well against him from my standpoint as a rookie player coming into this league, always wanting to go head up with somebody like this and saying, wow, I actually deflected a pass. I got a stop. We got stops, rebounds. I drove by him. I'm thinking of all these positive things that I've done to play against this, legendary Laker. And then the end of the third quarter comes. He comes out. He sits next to me. He puts his hands on his knees. Not because he's tired, just, I guess because he didn't want people knowing what was going on. And when I leaned down, he tapped me on the leg and he said, "You had a great game, young fella." And my first reaction was, It's 12 minutes left. Like, this is the most disrespectful thing anybody's ever said to me. Like, what do you mean by that? And yeah, after that, Kobe, he brought out the whole package. It was almost as if to say, he wasn't going 100%. But I know that now, being older, he was just letting me know, this is the last game on this West Coast swing for us. Well, it was either their last game or one of the last games, but they on their East Coast swing for us. And Kobe wasn't gonna, go all out the whole game. He was saving it for the last 12 minutes to see if he could, get another win before they pack it up and go back to LA. And understanding his professionalism in that moment, I didn't, which is, why I told the story so animated. But as the years have gone on, you start to understand that these older players usually have just been around the block a few times. They understand when to turn it on, when to turn it off, and they understand the longevity of the game. Kobe Bryant is one of the most ultimate professionals that I've, gotten to go against.
Iman Shumpert played 10 seasons in the NBA, and he's co-host of ESPN's digital pregame show. It's called Hoop Streams. The chances for the Pacers to make this to a Game 7 are what?
It's going to be tough. I think that they have done an incredible job with making sure that they are in games for 48 minutes. The times that you think that you've put them away, they find ways to cut the lead down. They can rush through a 10-point lead quicker than anybody that I've seen do it in the NBA, stringing together stops. They doing a great job of pressuring the ball, pressuring the inbounds passes. So I never feel like they're out of a game. So I'm happy when they're going home to Indiana. But I don't know how good these chances can be if Jalen Williams plays like that.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams sees blood. I think that that previous year against Dallas, where he didn't have a great showing, Game 5, he handled Game 5 this year. And I can only imagine that we're going to see more gas from his foot, as well as more gas from SGA, who made a conscious effort to distribute the ball last game, responsible for his own 30, but also very responsible and conscious effort to make sure he swung it around, made sure guys got good looks and guys got, a couple of shots at the rim. A couple of those assists didn't go down right away, but they were able to get second chance rebounds due to them keeping a balanced floor. With those two playing like that, especially down the stretch, and then playing small ball on the other end to get stops, that is an extremely tough team to beat, especially with Chet Holmgren playing well like that. Yeah, that's in for a long night. I think this might be over in 6.
Doesn't sound like there's a long list of teams interested in Kevin Durant. Why is that?
It does. We're talking about a 36-year-old. You're talking about somebody that has had to suffer an injury that, it takes a little while to come back from. When you have a major injury, start talking about your age, you start talking about how much are you really willing to give up to get a Kevin Durant. I think that a team has to be trying to move into a direction of win now. And there's a lot of teams that, though they want to win now, they also want the longevity of saying we have a core group that can stay together, that can grow together. And I don't know how much at this age you can expect growth from a Kevin Durant. He sort of plays how he plays. He wants what he wants. And with other teams, they're expecting a lot. You got to give up a lot to get him. And you're wondering what that return is on somebody that, had that similar chance in Phoenix and they couldn't get over the hump.
Are you prouder of your NBA championship or your Dancing with the Stars championship?
Well, my mother loves that Dancing with the Stars trophy, but I will always love my NBA championship ring a whole lot more.
Did LeBron ever yell at you?
Yeah, I think that one of my favorite things from playing with LeBron was, though he had his moments where he would yell, or he would give out a command. LeBron is very principled on first command. So there's times that we've yelled at him and his response to it is a genuine energy burst for whatever you said he didn't do. Like I've yelled at Bron and said, you get your ass back. Like I'll do what you said down there. I got you. Get your ass back and get the block. When I go for the strip, when he double clutch, you get the block. And I think that's what makes him such a joy to play with. He's willing to respond to an extra effort. He's willing to do all that, but LeBron does demand. He demands you to run hard. He demands you to play hard. And if you run through a wall for him, then it's a mutual respect on that end.
Is there anything he could do that would supplant Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time, in your opinion?
No.
Nothing Bron can do.
I think LeBron is the greatest of all time. He is the perfect example of a basketball player. He has the physical makeup that nobody else might ever get. Right hand, left hand, you want drive, you want jump shot. You want somebody that knows the playbook of all the coaches in the NBA. I've never seen a basketball mind get to meet up with such a dominant physical form ever before LeBron James. So understanding that and understanding accolades, I completely get it. It's just when you talk about how long it took to catch Jordan's record, Jordan took a couple years off within getting this record. I can't put anybody past Michael Jordan just because I'm more ranking on winning and how I felt having a player like that on my favorite team. So Jordan will always be my GOAT, but I totally understand the argument that happens. I think it's even more special that I got to play with LeBron and be a part of that conversation. People talk about it all the time. Like, you guys are hating on LeBron just because they want him to be better than Jordan to everybody. And I think it's a great conversation. And I think LeBron, Kobe, Steph, all of them understand they have done their job. And we are supposed to have this barbershop talk about who is the greatest.
Okay, but you think Jordan is the greatest of all time?
Oh, yeah. I'm home right now in Chicago. My mom's still here. Yeah, Jordan jerseys everywhere.
Would you say that to LeBron? If LeBron said...
I've said it to LeBron I don't know how many times. I love LeBron. I love him. That's my guy. We did our job together. We got our ring. I've never changed my stance on the argument of it. I used to argue with Melo about stuff like this. I used to tell Melo he wouldn't be nothing if he didn't get a championship. It was just my motivation to him that is what matters. That is the only reason we are here. I don't know what makes you, get all jiggly as a little kid, but I'm like, that shiny championship ball is what we want, that Larry O'Brien.
Yeah, but you grew up in Chicago. If you grew up some other place aside from, Jordan's backyard with the Bulls, would you think?
I've still never seen a competitor like Michael Jordan. Again, somebody bringing the ball down that could palm the ball at any time, plays with an in and out package, goes right, goes left, jump off 1 foot, jump off 2 foot, get to his spots, have counters to everything, and be, so competitive that you make the all defensive team. And do it in the same year you get the MVP. I just with this guy, I just love the way it looked. I loved the way he commanded respect. I love the way he stayed out of the media. You never really knew what he thought, but you knew when he guaranteed we were going to win. There's a certain way that Michael Jordan did it that I'll always be overly opinionated for him.
Don't you wish you could have guarded him?
I do. I wish I could have went at a lot of people, especially without blowing my ACL. I really, never got to move 94 feet how I wanted to ever again after blowing my ACL. But playing against Kobe and what Kobe could do, and Mike was better than Kobe. That's what I'm saying. I would have loved, to just get out there and, put my best foot forward, so to speak. But the cool thing is I probably would have guarded Mike a lot better than I could guard Kobe, just because I studied Mike more. When you people used to think all the time that when I was playing defense on somebody that it was because I was a great defender. And I used to tell them, actually, being a defender sometimes is being an ultimate fan. I was an ultimate fan of basketball, but I'm also a huge LeBron fan. I'm a huge Kobe fan. I'm a huge Kevin Durant fan. I'm a fan of Kyrie. Like, though he's my classmate, it's like I'm a fan of how you play the game, how you attack the game. And if you watch enough highlights, you start to pick up on tendencies. If you watch enough of their game film, you start to see what their plan is as far as getting themselves going. And I just did my job to take it away.
Good to talk to you. Hope you're finding a home there in the media. Thanks for joining us.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
That's Iman Shumpert. He, of course, won an NBA title. More importantly, he also won Dancing with the Stars.